Ethereum has just done exactly what we predicted in today's episode. We're going to look at what that means for the Ethereum price. As well as that, Ethereum hits an all-time high on a 5-year long metric. In today's episode, we'll look at the latest Ethereum news and Ethereum chart analysis. So, not particularly bullish news to start off with, but we looked at this yesterday and we did say that there was a rumor going around that Amazon was going to start accepting Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, etc. And they've come back very quickly and denied that. And over on FX Street, they basically assumed that we would see basically a dump back down to sort of lower levels. And we did see a bit of a dump further earlier today. However, that was in line with what I was saying yesterday, where we would probably come back down for a retest, either at the top of that pattern or at the 0.5 level on the Fibonacci, which we'll take a look at in the moment. And, we have just taken a solid bounce. So despite this, potentially devastating news, Ethereum is still bouncing upwards, which is showing that there is good volume entering the market and something very exciting is on the horizon. In other news, building on the use cases for Ethereum blockchain as well as other cryptocurrencies is getting cryptocurrency more and more into the limelight, which is obviously very exciting for Ethereum and other cryptocurrencies. India to use Ethereum blockchain to verify diploma certificates. Okay, so a new partnership with LegitDoc places India among the early adopters to implement an e-governmency system for higher education. Obviously, potentially we're going to see things like this unfolding out across the world in different places. India, obviously one of the fastest growing economies and looking to build up its reputation in the tech world. Okay, so the government recently announced a partnership with Indian blockchain startup to implement credential systems powered by Ethereum to provide tamper-proof diploma certificates. It's just one use case, guys. You can think of all the use cases available for such a project, which is making it very, very exciting in my opinion, and one of the main reasons I am so interested in Ethereum and cryptocurrency in general. Not only because of the potential financial gains that we can make, but because of the potential and what it means for the future. This is like being able to invest in Google in the early 2000s, okay, or Amazon back when it started. So, really, really exciting stuff. Okay, the last piece of news before we jump over to the Ethereum charts. The Ethereum metric just hit a 5-year high, and this is related to the Ethereum Whales. Ethereum's top 10 non-exchange whales are adding on to their holdings as their 21.3 million Ethereum held this week established a new 5-year high. Meanwhile, the top 10 exchanges whales recently hit a low of 4.66 million ETH, the lowest since Ethereum's 2015 inauguration. We've had a bit of a low period recently where the main biggest whales have been holding on to their crypto, and the smaller whales have been perhaps offloading, but we are seeing the price build in strength, which is showing that the retailers are the ones who are getting back involved. Today we've seen a lot of news, and yesterday a lot of news about Bitcoin, Ethereum back into the press. We're starting to build that momentum again, and what's just happened on the charts, which we're going to look at right now, is very exciting. So guys, looking at the chart over on the 1-day Ethereum versus US dollar, we were talking about this yesterday. We had a breakout and we did come up all the way to this level, which was just above 2,436, and I did say that potentially we wouldn't be able to breach this level because obviously in the past we had a good deal of support provided here, support again, which then flipped into resistance, and this is going to be quite a tough area between the 2,292 up towards $2,500 level. However, what happened today, and we'll zoom into the 1-hour chart right now. We had the breakout as predicted. We found a bit of resistance and support. We kind of bounced along for a while, and then we had this big surge of volume, possibly off that Amazon news, and then we had a bit of a dump down for a retest back from the lows of around 2,150 all the way back up to 2,274 at the time of making this video. Now what I've drawn on here is the Fibonacci retracement back from the low all the way back in March last year, all the way to the recent all-time high, or the all-time high from a couple of months ago. And as you can see, we're playing around in a very significant level, which is this 0.5 retracement zone. Okay, so we came up. What is so exciting about what has happened right now is yesterday we came all the way up, we wicked back down, we got rejected, we created a new daily candle, and we came lower down, and now we're building above it. Okay, so now you'll notice that we've flipped what was previous resistance into support. Okay, that did happen before, back on the 4th of July. Okay, so it's always worth being cautious. If we are going to be putting in long trades, then this is where I would be looking to put perhaps a stop loss at around the $2,090 level, perhaps just below the wicks from these last two candles back inside this pattern if we were to take a dip back down. As I mentioned yesterday, the target for this trade would be back up towards this level at around the $3,400 level, which coincides with the significant line of the 0.236 on the Fibonacci retracement. But obviously, we've still got further levels to be breaking through. And if you notice, back around the end of May, we did come back up after that big drop. We came back up and we bounced a few times and we were rejected at that level, and then tried to come up again and had another further rejection. So if we are able to break above this key level here and maintain strength above that level, obviously building on that W pattern as well, then we are going to be looking to push back up towards this level. And whether or not we can break through this level at around the $2,750 level is obviously yet to be seen, but things are looking much more positive than they have been over the last few weeks. And even today, over yesterday, we did know and we were prepared for this to come back down. As so often it does, it's always good to be ready for such things so that we don't get stopped out, so that we don't jump in too early, because there's always perhaps another chance for us to get back in at a later date. We must not act with our emotions, but think about what is going on. So guys, let me know what your price predictions are for Ethereum. Do you think we are perhaps getting faked out here and we are maybe going to take a further dip to the downside? Guys, if you're not already subscribed and you hold Ethereum, you're interested in making money in Ethereum, then make sure you hit that subscribe button. You can always unsubscribe at a later date and you'll get brought up to date notifications on when I release content, and you won't miss out on trades like we had a couple of days ago where I told you that we were going to have this breakout, and then that we've had this retest here. And please make sure you smash that like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm to get this content out to more and more people, and makes it more worthwhile for me to make these videos for you. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow with another Ethereum update. Bye bye.